Well, good afternoon. My name is Dan Dougherty, and I am a volunteer with Share International. Share International, for those of you who don't know, is a worldwide network of volunteers whose primary purpose is to make known the fact that Maitreya, the world teacher for this age, and his group, the Masters of Wisdom, are now living among us. They are emerging into our everyday lives to help lead us and guide us in solving some of our world's most critical global problems. Introducing transmission meditation is part of our service work. Transmission meditation is an opportunity to work cooperatively with the Masters of Wisdom, who are the custodians of all the great cosmic energies that help to stimulate our evolution here on planet Earth. So, who are these Masters of Wisdom? The Masters of Wisdom are enlightened spiritual beings who have gone ahead of us in evolution. They've learned all the lessons that planet Earth has to offer. So, planet Earth as a classroom really has nothing more to teach them. They are completely soul-infused, self-realized individuals who are masters over themselves. These elder brothers and sisters evolved out of the human kingdom into the next kingdom up above the human kingdom, which is the spiritual kingdom, or the kingdom of souls. For millennia, they have lived in the remote mountain and desert regions of the world, and for the past 98,000 years have elected to work from behind the scenes. They're the teachers, guides, and inspirers of humanity, whether we know them or not. They are master scientists who control the forces of nature. They are omniscient and omnipresent. They are the custodians of the plan of evolution for this planet, which is the evolution of consciousness, or God consciousness. They stimulate us so that we can evolve to become disciples, initiates, and eventually masters of wisdom in our own right, and one day enter the spiritual kingdom ourselves. Unselfishly, these masters of wisdom have taken on the role of serving humanity with total, unconditional love. They are also the custodians of all the great cosmic energies streaming to planet Earth. Since the beginning of time, humanity's evolution and the evolution of the kingdoms below it have been stimulated by all the great energies streaming from the constellations, the planets, and all the great avatars, including Maitreya, the world teacher for this age, who embodies the energy of Christ consciousness, which is the energy of love, wisdom. We live in an energetic universe. Everything in the universe is energy. The energy streaming from cosmos, from the various constellations, from the higher spiritual centers, and from the more advanced avatars have consciousness. They embody certain ideas and ideals. So the qualities of these energies impress and impinge upon the minds of humanity. And eventually these ideas become our ideals. Humanity then, of its own free will, seeks to implement these ideals in the civilizations we help to create. A good example of what I'm talking about occurred in the late 1980s, 1989 to be exact, when the people of Germany kept responding to these energies saying freedom, 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 and went on to take down the Berlin Wall. These energies had to reach a certain point of tension, a tipping point, you might say, and when they did, the German people took down the Berlin Wall. So what is the origin of transmission meditation? When did this meditation come to be? Well, in 1974, the Masters of Wisdom presented humanity with an opportunity to assume a more active role in working for the transformation of our world. Benjamin Creme, a British artist, author, and esotericist, had been the primary spokesperson for Share International until his passing in October 2016. He was in constant telepathic rapport with one of the Masters of Wisdom who lives in the Himalayas. So whatever Mr. Creme could see, hear, or touch, his master could see, hear, or touch if he wished. He spoke with his master consciously and at will. He was eventually asked by his master to begin transmission meditation, which he did at his home in London, England in 1974, and to introduce this service meditation to the world. All meditations are more or less a scientific means for helping an individual to make contact with and eventually to experience at one-ment with his or her soul. Transmission meditation is first and foremost a service meditation as opposed to a personal meditation. It is a group meditation as opposed to an individual meditation. It is simple, safe, scientific, and non-denominational. It's a very powerful group meditation. It will never interfere with anyone's religious or spiritual practices. In fact, it's an important means of personal growth, and it will only enhance any form of personal meditation you may be doing or any form of service work that you may be engaged in. The primary purpose of transmission meditation is to work in close cooperation with the Masters of Wisdom by helping the Masters step down these very powerful and potent cosmic energies to levels whereby humanity and the kingdoms below it can absorb them and be stimulated by them. These energies vibrate at such high frequencies that they need to be stepped down in order to be used and in order for humanity to benefit. If these energies are not stepped down to usable levels, then they just simply bounce off humanity and return to the Masters unused. As I said earlier, the Masters of Wisdom are the custodians of the plan of evolution for this planet, and this meditation, transmission meditation, is part of that plan. The energies that we help to step down during transmission meditation are the energies that are helping to transform our world. There are a lot of people today in the world who are looking for opportunities to serve. This, of course, makes sense because it's the very nature of who we are as souls to serve. One of the most potent forms of service, one that can be easily performed, and one that produces tremendous results both for the individual and for the planet, is transmission meditation. So, in transmission meditation, what we do is we come together in a group. It takes 3 people in order to form a transmission meditation group. 3 people constitute a triangle of energy. So the more people you have in a transmission meditation group, the more potent the triangles of energy become. The Masters of Wisdom can actually send more energy through a triangle of energy than they can through one person individually. So, for example, if you have 4 people in a transmission meditation group, you have 4 triangles of energy. But if you have 5 people in a transmission meditation group, you have 10 triangles of energy. And if you have 10 people in a group, you have 120 triangles of energy. So the correct way, really, to do transmission meditation is for a group to assemble And when the group assembles, they say aloud together the words to the Great Invocation. The Great Invocation was given to humanity back in 1945, and it was actually translated by Maitreya, the world teacher. And since 1945, individuals and groups throughout the world have been saying the Great Invocation multiple times a day, every day throughout the world. When the group begins its meditation, they begin by bringing their attention up to the Ajna center, which is a point right between the eyebrows. While holding your attention at the Ajna center, the group says aloud the words to the Great Invocation. The words are said slowly, with focused attention on each word, and with short pauses between the stanzas. So that is the correct way to say the Great Invocation. Once the Great Invocation has been said, the energies that the masters are transmitting have been invoked, and so they begin flowing freely through the energy centers of each person in the group. There are 4 primary energy centers, or chakras, that the masters use to send these energies through. The crown chakra at the top of the head, the forehead chakra, or the Ajna center, which is located right between the eyebrows, the throat chakra, and the heart chakra, which is located right between the shoulder blades and just to the right of the physical heart. So the masters are clairvoyant, which means they can see each individual in a transmission meditation group energetically. So they know exactly how much energy they can safely send through the chakras of each person in a transmission meditation group. So as I said before, it's a very scientific and safe meditation to do. Now, when you are doing the meditation, the way to do this correctly is to hold your attention at the Ajna center. So we have to hold our attention at the Ajna center throughout the meditation. So we're involved with basically the alignment component of the meditation, because it's the masters of wisdom who are involved with the energy component. They're the masters of these energies. They know which energies are to be sent through which chakras and in what degree and in what potency. So we don't do any of the energy work. The energy work is all done for us by the masters of wisdom. We're involved with the alignment part of the meditation. When we hold our attention at the Ajna center, it creates an alignment between the physical brain and the soul. When the physical brain and the soul are aligned, the energies that we invoked flow freely through the chakras. Now, from time to time, during the course of the meditation, it's perfectly natural and normal for a person's attention to drop. And all of a sudden, the lower mind has begun to think and ruminate about this or that. So whenever you become aware that you are no longer aligned, all you need to do is inwardly, silently think the mantra Om, and your attention will automatically go back to the Ajna center. It's a very effective tool. It works every time you need to use it. The goal, of course, is not to meditate on the Om, but simply use this tool to bring your attention back to the Ajna center so that you can be aligned once again and in the meditation. So if we're not aligned, then we're not transmitting the energies. So the service aspect of this meditation really is the fact that the group is allowing itself to be an instrument of service for the masters to send these very powerful energies through our chakras or our energy centers. And as those energies get sent through those centers, they get stepped down to levels whereby humanity and the kingdoms below can absorb them. There's no way that you can sit through transmission meditation with these powerful energies being sent through your chakras and not be affected. The truth is, you are literally transformed. Probably one of the simplest and easiest ways to make contact with the soul is to focus your attention at the Ajna center. But I can promise you that if you elect to do this meditation on a regular basis, you will experience yourself to become more loving, more patient, more creative, more intuitive. Your energy levels will remain very high. Your ability to be detached and to not react so easily to people, places, and things will improve. And your mental concentration and focus will improve as well. But most importantly, your spiritual development and your point of evolution will grow at an extraordinary rate. The progress that one person might make, let's say, in 10 to 15 years of personal meditation can possibly be made in just 1 year of consistent, correct transmission meditation. Benjamin Creme would often say whenever he gave this talk that it's impossible to overestimate the work of the 600 plus transmission meditation groups around the world. He said it's the single most important service work that anyone can do, no matter what other forms of service a person may be engaged in. So at this time in humanity's history, most would agree that our world stands in need of a complete transformation. So if you are at all interested in wanting to help serve the world in this way, please join us, because together we can do so much more to help with the transformation of our world. So thank you for this opportunity to briefly introduce transmission meditation. There is much more that has been said about it, and you can actually go on our website and download Mr. Creme's book, Transmission to Meditation for the New Age. He goes into much more depth about this wonderful service meditation. So thank you again. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm so thrilled. And while you are speaking, right, I see a lot of energy that is flowing through your words. I was literally seeing the energy. Like if I do meditation for 1 hour, whatever the energy that I get, I'm just getting the same energy when you're speaking.
Wonderful.
Yeah, thank you so much for
Okay.
all that.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're welcome. Thank you.
yeah. Thank you,
All right.
friends. Thank you.
Okay.